KCHW 102.7. We are back live, 8:14, your KCHW morning show. Special guest today from the libraries of Stevens County, Mr. Bryan Tidwell. Yeah, and Bryan, go ahead and have a seat back down there, and you can kind of, I got a camera on all three of us, and you can kind of tell us what Jean is going to be going through when she puts this unit on her head. Real quick, though, we are live on YouTube. You can also go to our website if you got a computer in front of you, and click on the watch and listen button, and you can watch this live too. We've got Jean to be a guinea pig, and Bryan, you've had a virtual reality unit. I know you guys had it at the Home and Garden Show, and I saw Brandon, because he's a gamer, he was loving that thing.
He was having a lot of fun with it. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So tell us about that unit, and then this portable unit that you brought today.
Yeah, so we've got, we were kind of tested as guinea pigs in the same way that Jean is. The Libraries of Stevens County was one of the few libraries in the state that were kind of set out to start this program with the Washington State Library, which was to bring, we're always trying to bring technology and experiences and unique things to people in libraries. And the Washington State Library has lent us these in partnership with Oculus, which makes these two things called the Rifts. So the Oculus Rift is the first of the headsets that we've got, and that's the one I did not bring today. This one is the Rift Go, which is more of a portable unit, a little bit easier for doing here at the radio station. We have both circulating all over Stevens County right now, and so I've got a calendar here we can talk about in a little bit, but there are events going on all over the place where you can come and try these things out, get an experience of what virtual reality might be, and our hope is that it creates some discussion about what types of experiences you can have with virtual reality. We're going to do some fun stuff this morning, but there's a lot of really cool educational experiences too.
Cool. What are some of those? Go ahead. What are some of those educational experiences?
Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, just some of the apps that are on this one that Jean's got right now is, my favorite one right now of all the ones I've gone through is you get to go into the Anne Frank house. So they have a reproduction of Anne Frank's, the place where she hid above the factory. And you get to walk through those rooms, and there is a voice that reads quotes from her diary. And
so it's kind of like you're there then.
It feels like you're there. That's the most realistic one that I've played with yet. Everything looks real. It looks period real. You've got tabletops. I remember I was fascinated at one point. I'm in the attic and I'm looking at this barrel full of potatoes, and it just feels like you could reach out and grab those potatoes. It's really incredible.
Wow.
But there's all sorts of different things we've got on here, and the idea is just what can you do with virtual reality? You can take yourself to a different space. What possibilities are there? So not just experiences where you're learning about history and things like that, but also movies. So we have a couple little short animated films on here too, where you are part of the movie. So instead of just watching it on the screen, there are things going on all around you. You can turn around and look all around yourself, and the characters will interact with you. I mean, it's amazing what you can do with virtual reality.
Wow.
It's fun.
I want to slap it on before you leave too.
Oh yeah, we'll let you.
All right, we decided on Jean because I'm deaf in one ear and I get dizzy real easy. And it'd be much more, if I fall down, I'm old, people are going to go, oh no, Scott fell. And somebody's going to call.
They're
going to call. But if Jean falls, it'll be more comical.
Well, Scott, if you fell, I think I would laugh and then I would help pick you up.
You would?
So,
okay.
Yes, I would.
All right.
Yeah.
If you start to fall, I'll throw myself under you. All right, so what's the unit that Jean had? Oh, I had one more question for you. On your bigger unit that has to be ran with a PC and stuff, is there an option on that one where you can see what they're seeing in their headphone, like a second feed?
Yes.
Because that might be kind of fun to come to the library and shoot live.
Absolutely. Yeah, we could absolutely set that up.
I make you guys a video.
That'd be great.
Right.
Well, and actually, the Independent did it already. They beat you to it. They posted it on their Facebook page. They've got a video of doing it, but hey, that doesn't mean you can't do it too.
All right, whatever.
But yeah, what we've been doing with the other
one now.
That's right. With the other unit, we've been broadcasting up on our television too.
Thanks, Brandon, for one-upping me.
I know. And he's not even here, and he's one-upping.
Yeah, and he was supposed to be here too. All right. So tell us about the one Jean has, and I'll be quiet.
So Jean's putting on the headset now. She's going into an experience where it's this particular one. She's going to be standing on a suspension bridge, and there's a couple different levels that she can do. I was asking her if she would start with the medium one. Just to kind of get an idea of it. But she's going to be standing on a suspension bridge out over a river.
Okay.
I got to hold on to something.
Is it that trippy, Jean? You got to describe us what you're seeing.
Okay, so what I'm looking at is there's this, like, a cliff right down here, and I'm looking up, and there's this bridge, and it goes up, whoa, and then it goes up onto this, like, rock face thingy, and then there's oceans out here. What's behind me? Okay, more cliffs back here. Oh, hello, little building. Oh, okay. Raging water below me. All right, and I haven't even, like, clicked on it yet.
So now how does this feel like within your senses? Because you're worried about falling. You grabbed onto the chair.
Yeah, I grabbed onto the chair because it's kind of like dizzying.
All right.
Because you can see all the way. Oh, medium. There we go. Come on, medium.
And which one is she doing right here? It's suspension bridge.
It is a suspension bridge, yep.
Yeah. Now, is this one, does she just look around? The other,
oh, jeez.
She just started it.
Oh, my gosh.
So this is one where she's just kind of right above the suspension bridge, just standing there.
It sways. It's swaying.
Can I go up and push her a little bit?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Wait for the next level. Trust me, you're gonna.
Okay, so there's whoa, this thing's walking without me. There's waves over here below me. Oh, jeez.
It must be pretty impressive because she said, "Oh, geez," like she's scared of several times now.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm like about to some steps now. Yeah, this is really dizzy.
Now the difference in the other one I heard is when you in this one you're kind of flow with the program, but in the other one that you could actually walk and move.
Well, there's different programs that kind of allow you to move around. There are some on this headset that allow you to do that as well.
Okay, so I'm getting an option to select a location. Can I like change a location even?
I don't know. Try.
Let's see what it does. Oh, it just means I can go to cliff driving.
Well, go back into the
suspension
bridge and choose Extreme 2 for me this time.
Am I gonna vomit?
I hope not. It's okay. It's on Scott's studio floor, so it doesn't bother me if you vomit.
Whoa! Oh, whoa! Details are a little more intense. Whoa! Oh, frick! Ah, Scott, I'm gonna shoot you. Look at the view below. I'm up in the sky right now.
So the Extreme 2 one, what happens is she's standing on the suspension bridge, and then it just suddenly flings her into the air without any warning at all. And
then it
she's
drops
way
you
up
down
and then
to earth
drops
again.
you back down. Yeah.
Yeah, it drops you right back down. What results? What does result mean?
Oh, so that particular program has a challenge where the more time you spend looking down, the more points you get.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So how many points did I get?
I don't know. How many stars do you have?
I got 30%.
That's pretty good.
Oh, really?
That's better than I did.
Okay. Heart rate graph.
I want you to let go.
Data.
I want you to let go of the chair and just move a couple inches to your right. Just try it. Just try it.
Okay. Come on, baby. Click. Come on, back. Go back. There we go. Try again. Okay. Oh, geez.
That's pretty impressive.
Oh, jeez.
But Scott, you were asking about the other rift. So the main differences are that other one is wired in.
Whoa.
And so you get a little bit more graphic.
Can I look down?
It's just a deeper graphical experience. Jeez,
sounds like she's like suffering in the background.
That's pretty funny.
Oh, dude. Whoa. Now I want to see results on that one.
Pretty impressive. What you were saying?
Oh, I was just saying, you were asking about the other Oculus. The other Oculus, it's a deeper graphical experience. It's wired into it. That's the trick though, is it's a lot more expensive, and you have to have a really state-of-the-art PC to pull it off. We, luckily, with the State Library, we do have that ability, and so we're bringing it to folks who would probably not be able to afford it. This little guy retails for about $200, so it's a little bit easier to do.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Not to miss a gaming opportunity, I just saw the arrival of Brandon Hansen from the Chewelah Independent. There's a video game somewhere. He'll find it.
Can I try the cliff driving?
You can do the cliff driving. Oh. It's literally somebody driving along the side of a cliff.
Oh.
So now, if I wanted to come over to... push her, Brandon. Push it. Give her a little shove, Brandon. She's on a bridge. You all right?
Remember, I can buck hay, I can punch.
All right, so if I wanted to stay there, I got another question for you. If I wanted to come over to the library and use this, or how do I find out what location the Rift is at, and how do you go about trying one of these with the library system?
Well, so we have a calendar that we can give you. You can go to our Facebook page, the Libraries of Stevens County Facebook page, that gives all the details about where it's going to be and when. We also have a paper one you can come pick up over at the Chewelah Library, let you know where it's going to be. But we're doing it in Chewelah every Monday and Friday afternoon, starting at 3 o'clock till about when we close at 6. So it's a great opportunity to come and try it out yourself.
Now, Brandon, you used the bigger unit. What's your impression of that? Yes.
It was terrifying.
Was it?
No, it's actually a lot of fun.
I mean, because you're somebody that has a lot of experiences with gaming stuff, and we know you've at one point, at least in your life, you were more worried about your game console in the car than your fiance. We've covered that several times, I think.
So has she.
So what's your impression? What was it like when you did it?
I think the most immersive thing is your kind of peripheral vision, because if you're looking at a screen, it's just in the screen, right?
2D, right?
Yeah, it's 2D, but you put one of those on and you're looking around, which I think really tricks your brain into thinking, oh, okay, I'm in this space. And it's really funky. When we did it at the Home and Garden Show, I forgot I was in the Home and Garden Show. And then she took the headset off, and then there's John.
All of a sudden you realize there's all these people staring at you.
Yeah, exactly. So...
Yes, Gene.
Cliff driving thing, all it does is just along that bridge?
Yeah, it's not quite as exciting as...
Oh, man. Bummer.
We're going to turn her mic back off so we can finish. Go ahead, Brandon.
Well, I was thinking we could get some Stevens County programs onto there. I was thinking we could tour the middle school at night in VR.
Oh.
Or we could pretend to be Mooch. Can you imagine a Mooch VR program?
Oh, Mooch VR. I'd be all up for that.
All right. Video, maybe a recreation of her when she attacked the mayor.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Did you guys happen to catch the mayor's proclamation?
Oh, I made a news story out of it. It was great.
All right.
Yeah, I did read that.
And we replayed it again yesterday morning. It's pretty impressive. I'm really impressed with the time she took. And who knew that Dorothy Knaus could write jokes for Johnny Carson? I mean, yeah, I was so impressed. She's got a hidden talent she hasn't been sharing with us. I mean, I was impressed with the jokes. I mean, she put a lot of thought into that, and a way she can finagle Mooch into trouble. Impressive. So, yeah. All right, Gene, you doing okay?
Yeah.
Check in? Yeah.
I just did the suspension bridge thing again, and when I looked down, I could see people walking.
Cool.
All right.
Oh.
No, those are ants.
Oh, dude.
Now, is this have a lot of CGI effect to it, or is it more realistic than that?
Okay.
Well, it depends on the program. There are some that are, clearly cartoonish and animated in some way, and some that are like this one that are very realistic. A lot of the ones that are realistic are doing it with specific cameras, so they'll actually put you in a place. And a lot of the programs that are on here will actually there's some that are connected with Google Maps, so you can travel and use Google Street View. And so I was actually using this headset to look at my house.
All right.
In all around me. It was like I was standing in front of my house, which was a little trippy.
Wow, that'd be kind of cool, because when I plot locations for towers and stuff, I'll use Google Earth and use the little guy to set me on the ground and try to see line of sight. Where could I bounce a signal from here to there? That'd be kind of a cool thing to try with that on. That'd
Absolutely.
be fun. Yeah. All right, what else is going on at the library?
Oh man, we've got a ton of different stuff going on. Where to start? I brought all these papers with me to help
Do you need me
organize.
to read a couple of them?
Maybe. Well, there were a couple programs that I wanted to talk about that I haven't talked about before over the year. One of which have you heard about the Dolly Parton Imagination Library, Scott?
I have not.
So,
but it sounds like a place I'd like to visit.
All right. Easy now. Easy.
Wait. Did you just say Dolly Parton?
Dolly Parton, yes.
Oh, she wants to go too.
So a lot of folks don't know that Dolly Parton is a great literary activist, and she has actually bringing books to children all over the world. She's brought more books than any other person, and there is a program that she's done where preschool children ages 0 to 5 can sign up on this website for free, just imaginationlibrary.com, and thanks to some generous contributions in our community, we can get you access to these books. And it's not just getting books that you lend like a library. These are books to keep. And any child 0 to 5 will get a book mailed to them each month until they turn 5.
Wow.
And so the hope is that they will build a library at home that will help them get started. And she's done a lot of great research. You know, there's something about that 0 to 5 demographic for kids that getting books in their hands, even if they can't read them, is really, really beneficial. It really helps to change their lives for the better.
It's the formative years. They talk about, you know, even things of your personality being set. So yeah, if you can get those traits into them at an early age like that, they should have a little love of books their whole life, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a really, really neat program. My son is young enough that he was still able to skate in, just a year left for him. And some of these books, these are not just cheapy little throwaway books that you'd find on the Walmart bargain bin or something. These are nice picture books that have been a great part of our collection at home. So it's a really neat program, and it's completely free thanks to folks like the Rotary up in Colville and a lot of other community groups that have come and put money towards this program, including the Libraries of Stevens County Foundation. So we're just really excited that it's something we can do. So if you get a chance, if you've got a kid or a grandkid who lives in Stevens County, 0 to 5, just go to imaginationlibrary.com, type in your address, and it'll sign you right up.
All right. Very nice.
Yeah.
I know one big thing we have coming up, but let's talk about some of the other things there, because you brought a lot of flyers.
For the Raptors?
Oh,
yeah. So the Kettle River Raptor Center has done a couple of programs, and we actually had ours scheduled for about a month and a half ago, but it was canceled. And so we have rescheduled it, and it's happening next Wednesday at 3:30. So the Kettle Falls Raptor Center is a rescue for these birds, like owls and eagles and things like that.
How fun.
And so she is going to be coming in and teaching us about kind of what they do, as well as bringing a friend along with her.
Oh, yay.
That people will get to meet in person.
Nice.
And so, we just have to be very quiet when the raptor comes, but it should be a really, really great experience.
So, caw-caw.
Yeah. Scott, you're not allowed to come, Scott.
I hear it'll be a hoot.
I can see Brandon's getting ready for the comedy show on the 26th. All right. By the way, comedy show 26th, PACA, Chewelah Center for the Arts. Scott and Brandon going head to head.
Oh, this 26th?
Yeah, it is April 24th.
We should probably write something.
Yeah. Yeah, you sent me an email with a few suggested joke ideas. But
that's good enough.
It's either me and Brandon or Brandon and my cat's head. No, I was just coming to you for a live check-in, but okay. So, cool. Gene, how do you feel? Because you look a little red. Are you dizzy? You got sea legs?
So, I don't know if you noticed, but here, let me get this mic up here. I don't know if you noticed, but I had to spread my legs so I wouldn't fall over. So I was
You did. It looked like you were in the football stand.
Right, and that's what I did. So when I did the cliff driving thing, I was a little disappointed. But
oh, wow, Brian. Did you just really say that, Gene?
Well, here's the thing, though. You didn't let me finish.
Okay, sorry. I
was expecting it to be like a drive along a cliff like you would see in a 3D, theater
simulator
type thing,
or something,
right?
Okay.
But so what it had me doing was there's this car. I looked to my right. There's a car on a bridge, and I was off the bridge, hanging out in the air, looking down at a river. So that tripped me out. But it was moving very slow, so I was able to handle that. But yeah, I was like, oh yeah, cliff driving. By the way, you're suspended in the air with nothing underneath you. You're just floating.
Well, I was a little disappointed with that one because I misread it the first time I did. I thought it said cliff diving.
Yeah, so did I.
And then I'm like, why am I just walking along a cliff?
Right? That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, that was a lot of fun, I have to admit. But yeah, I had to assume the position of this sumo wrestler so I didn't fall over.
See, now Brandon, maybe it's because he's done it before. Brandon's a lot more comfortable with it. He's not hanging onto the counter. He's not in a goofy stand. You can't get it to work? Is that why?
What are you trying to do, Brandon?
He broke the controller.
I pulled the trigger. Ooh, easy. Now let's do extreme 2.
Yes.
He's going right for the upper level. All right. What else you got there on your flyers? And he can kind of insert something here, and we'll see what he thinks here in a minute.
We got a ton of stuff. So this is kind of a fun one. So you guys are familiar with Peeps, right? Your favorite Easter candies.
Oh yeah. Melts in your mouth.
Put them in the microwave.
Melt in your mouth.
Watch
stick
them blow up.
I've done that.
Isn't it fun?
Oh, it's so cool. So I used to torture Peeps when I was a child, but that's a different conversation. Yeah, I know. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. So I would encourage you and your listeners to Google Peeps diorama. And it's kind of been this fun little thing where people make these dioramas, like you made in school, these little scenes with Peeps as the main characters. And so what we're doing is we're doing a Peeps diorama contest with a literary theme. So this year's theme is Book People. And there are 3 categories: pre-K to 6th grade, 7th grade to 12th grade, and family and adult can do it together. And there are some really cool Peeps prizes that you will get. You're just, what are you doing, Scott?
It's just funny.
Come on, this is fantastic.
No, you know what I'm thinking?
What's that?
Zombie Peeps.
Zombie Peeps, absolutely.
Zombie Peeps.
Hey, those are my peeps.
That could be so much fun.
So anyway, it's a fun contest that we're doing all over the county. So let's see, we're asking folks that they drop off their entries from Monday, April 15th until Wednesday, April 17th at one of the following branches: Chewelah, Colville, Kettle Falls, Lakeside, and Loon Lake, to be judged and to have a chance to win.
All right.
Should be a lot of fun.
Peeps diorama.
Zombie Peeps. That's all I can think of.
How many of these do I get to do, Scott?
Scott, as
Can I
many
just
as you
go on
want.
forever
This
here?
is
Can we
this
just
is
make the
library
whole-
day. This is library day at KCHW.
Oh, wait, isn't it Librarians Day too? I
on the
believe it
Goofy
is.
Holidays?
On
Is it?
Goofy Holidays. Look on my computer.
If it is,
Oh, it's School Librarian Day.
Oh, school librarian.
That's
okay.
cool.
I just remembered seeing librarian.
Have you ever been a school librarian?
I have not.
We can't spank him then.
I'm sure he's very relieved.
I'm sure.
okay
The
with
idea
this
of you
now.
spanking him is probably not
All right.
very
No, I was
enticing.
going to hold him down. You were going to spank him.
Can we change this line of conversation? How's Brandon doing over there?
Hey, Brandon, how you doing?
He's like taking it totally chill, not like I was.
Yeah, he's looking down at the 1,000 feet down at the bottom of the cliff, and he seems okay with it. What is
The ski one wasn't too bad either.
The ski one was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Brandon, you can back all the way out of there and choose a different program too if you want. The space station one that you like is in there too if you want to do that.
I want to go to the White House and get served some Wendy's.
No, it's the Obama White House. It's not. I'm sorry. No Wendy's.
No fast
No
food.
fast food. Just healthy food from Michelle. Sorry, buddy.
That's why they call it. That's why they call it virtual reality.
That's right. So another thing that we've been doing, we actually just did it. Today's Thursday, right? What day is today?
Yeah, today's Thursday.
Thanks.
Welcome to my world.
I know. we just did
I
this.
took the blue pill.
We did this yesterday.
It's virtual reality today with the libraries of Stevens
right.
County.
So another thing that we've been doing, they started this up in Colville. It's called Breakout Box. Have you guys ever heard of those breakout rooms? Has anybody heard of those breakout rooms? Have you heard of those, Gene?
No.
Yes, I
like
have heard
you're trapped
about
in a
them.
room and I got to break out?
Well, kind of like that. It's a series of puzzles.
Yeah, you have to problem solve to get through them in order to get out. That's like the whole thing. And you have to like teamwork and work together. And
Absolutely. It's about working together as a team and figuring out these fun puzzles. So instead of breaking out of a room, we have a specific box that you're trying to break into. And it's got a series of locks, some of which have letters on the locks and all these different codes. And you're trying to solve this puzzle as a team fast. And it's really neat to see. It's something we're really, aiming towards teens, but anybody can come and do this. And it's been neat to see some of these kids work together and really enjoy, getting in there. And I'll give you guys a sneak peek that there's candy inside.
I was just going to ask, is there a prize at the end of it?
Well, of course, you got to break in and get something.
Yeah.
There's a certificate that says "Job well done." That's what you get.
If it's Peeps,
Nope.
I'm not breaking into it.
No books.
You don't like Peeps?
No, actually, I
They're
like.
disgusting, aren't they?
Yes, they are. I like
Yeah.
watching them blow up in the microwave,
Well,
but I
see,
don't like eating them.
That's why you need to enter the Peeps diorama contest.
Because you get to glue them.
You get to glue them. You don't have to eat them.
Pin things to them.
I totally got to
Just
zombify
make
them.
Gene happy.
That would be so much
That
fun.
would be fun.
little Peep voodoo dolls. Oh,
Yes,
Brandon's
Brandon.
doing
Brandon.
Brandon, what's up? What are you doing?
Looks like.
What are you doing?
You gonna need a potty break? You're looking kind of lost
bit.
there, buddy.
He said a little bit.
Are you in the White House and freaking out? What's going on?
I'm on the space station.
Oh, you're in the space station.
All right.
He's floating around on the space station.
Is that actually like the real space station or a replica simulation of it?
It's an absolute replica of the space station. It'll take you through kind of all the different sections, and it uses realist. I mean, that's a really fun one to do.
Oh, I want to see that one. That's the one I want to see. I've always wanted to go to space.
That's the one that makes me feel the most nauseous, because instead of having a fixed camera, you really do move. You float around. And so that one I usually recommend, if you're nauseous at all, that you sit down for it initially. I have to sit down for it.
Okay.
It really messes with my stomach.
I might skip that one then.
We might try you for just a second.
Okay.
And see what you think of it. But it's really fun to float. And you can actually go outside the space station on a spacewalk too.
Oh, I've always wanted to do that too. And what are the odds of me getting into space?
I don't know, Scott.
It looks like Brandon's already there.
Go back to the station.
Go back inside, Brandon. You don't have a suit on.
Don't go towards the Earth.
Hey, I can see KCHW from here.
I don't know if people in the off mic, or he was off mic, he said, I can see KCHW from here. Always 10,000 points for Brandon.
So just remember, Brandon, you're not Iron Man. They're not going to send a rescue crew. So don't get lost out there.
Oh, I've already done that.
Can we do that thing from 2001 Space Odyssey? Okay, Brandon, you're going to have to do the final line. It says, what's going to happen?
I'm afraid I can't do that, Scott.
All right, that was a fair to Midland impersonation of Hal the computer. I think the correct answer was when he says, what's going to happen, then he says, something wonderful. All right. So you've got some more events there?
I got one more for you, and then
Okay.
I'll stop hitting you with library events. So,
right.
something we do every Friday, and we've got some regular folks who come in now for it, and it's just a lot of fun. We provide tech help assistance every Friday afternoon from 2 to 4. And so if you're having problems with a laptop, your phone, you're trying to log back into your email, you've lost your password, whatever type of issue you're having, come in and we will do our best to help you figure it out.
All right, and I'm going to make a suggestion because sometimes people can't find me here, and but I have people that come to the station and say, how do I install this app? Because they're trying to listen to the radio station on their smartphone. So I'm just going to direct them all to you.
Send them all to me.
Fridays.
Absolutely.
All right.
That's what I'm here for.
All right. So if you need that app, you want to learn how to use your smartphone to listen to the radio, Brian will help you.
Yeah.
Or probably one of his kids.
Let's hear. And well, there's some other radio stations that might be interesting to listen to too.
Oh.
But KCHW is the best, of course.
That's because we host your show, Brian.
That's right. That's why it's the best.
And that's what we're leading into next is your show, Brian. So, Mr. Bryan Tidwell, we've got so many kudos from our first season. I guess that's what we'll call it, our first season of reading children's stories. With you doing that, did we ever give it an official title?
I think we were calling it Reading Radio.
That's it. I can't
Was it just
remember.
Reading Radio?
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
So it's been off. We ran it, and you went through the work to get permission.
Did I just get you in trouble by singing that song?
No, not at all. Not at all. It's public radio.
It's a parody.
That's right.
You did a parody.
I did a parody.
That's right.
Guys, I think the world's flat.
Brandon thinks the world's flat. It's virtual reality. All right. So you went through the work to get permission to record a children's book.
Yes.
And that was a little process to go through.
It was, yeah. There were a number of books that I wanted to do, and I wrote to a lot of publishers and estates of people who had died and all sorts of different stuff. Sometimes I would get back just a firm, no, you can't read our book over the air. Sometimes I would get ignored for the most part. And then every once in a while I'd get something back, including one from an author. And the author that responded is actually the next book that we're going to be doing. Can I tease that now?
Yes.
Okay, so our next book for Season 2 of Reading Radio is going to be The City of Ember by Jean Dupro. And
How did you get the rights to that?
I wrote her and she said, hey, that sounds fun. So that was it. That was a really easy one. So
now, are you going to go back and share it with her, okay, it airs. We start,
as soon as we set a date, I'll let her know.
Season 2 starts at this date, and then it'll air every Sunday morning at 8:00, and she can kind of follow around with, and see what she thinks.
I'm kind of nervous to do that, but yeah, that was the plan.
You did a great job, Brian. We got so many people, and you know what I thought was really funny? Mm-hmm. I know people that don't even have kids that were tuning in to listen to the show.
Well, yeah,
people loved it.
Well, and it's funny. That's one of the things that I love best about children's fiction is that it's something that's accessible for everybody. Sometimes we get all, with adult fiction, we get into these deep weeds with the stuff that we do. Brandon is like lost
like-
on the
oh,
space.
yeah.
He's still on camera.
Yeah.
People can see him kind of.
He's like turning around and like doing circles.
He kind of looks homeless.
Well, not even on a planet.
Homeless in space.
Homeless in space.
It's worse than being lost in space. He's homeless in space.
Hey, wait a second. Is that Brandon's like coffee and some kind of food over there?
Yeah.
Well, he's got that headset on. I should steal it.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
All right, so now this book, how many episodes? Because you're in post-production right now,
I'm
right?
in post-production. I think we had done 14 or 15 episodes is where we had finished with it. I
All right.
can't remember. It's
So that
been a
one's
week
going
or so
to
since I've done it.
take off, and it'll run for a few months.
Yep.
Now, I know the first book, you got, I think, permission to air it one more time.
Yes.
So we could run it twice.
We can run it another time. Yep.
So we've got that one to rerun again. And then this this latest one, did you have any limitations set on this
I have to
one?
pursue a second piece. I'm going to wait until after we do it and see if they'll let me do it again.
Okay.
And the other one, they just went ahead and gave me 2 right from the start.
Nice.
And so this one, I think most of the time they're just going to say, oh, you can just do it one time. But we'll see. We'll see what they have to say. This one was a little tricky in that the author was way on board with me doing it. And then she sent me to her agent. And things were a little bit slower to go, but they were so friendly and so nice to make everything happen. So I'm really excited about it.
All right.
The
It's a
City
great
of
thing to
Ember.
do, and
no.
they get a little publicity out of it, too. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, it's a great, if you haven't read The City of Ember, I mean, it's just a fantastic book. Do I have time to pitch it?
Yes.
Do I have time to just sit here all day long and talk about
You have
libraries?
another 14 minutes, Mr. Tidwell.
This is fantastic. So, The City of Ember is about, it centers about 2 kids who live in this city underground sometime in the future. And they have never lived outside of this. Everything is always dark. There is no sky. And they...
We hear music
what
in the
is-
background. We
I
have
know.
no idea where it's coming from.
Is
Is that from the headset? Does
I
it
think-
do sound, too?
Is the headset making
I think it's the headset.
music? Oh.
Oh, okay.
He looks so authoritative.
I know.
He turns his head sideways. He can't see anything.
What
or tell
program
where
are
we
you in
because-
now, Brandon?
I'm listening to Barack Obama.
Oh, okay.
He needs to mow the lawn, though.
I'm hearing music though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's more like a movie experience. It kind of takes you through. It's a little documentary about the White House.
All right.
So it's kind of fun.
All right, continuing.
Anyway, so you've got these 2 kids basically living underground, and they've lived in this city, and their parents have, and their parents' parents for generations, and they don't know anything better, except the problem is that the lights that they have are starting to go out. Every once in a while, they will have a blackout, and they can't see anything at all, because they're in,
Underground.
They're underground. And they don't know anything else. They think that the only city that exists is the City of Ember. And so the story is about 2 kids who start to realize that things are not going well. We're running out of food. We're running out of electricity. And what are we going to do? And it's about 2 brave little kids and their adventures trying to solve that problem.
All right.
But
Very
it's
nice.
it's a great story. I love it. She's actually written it as a quartet, so there's actually 4 books in the series. We're just going to be sitting on the one because I think it's the one that kind of feels it all out the best. But it's just a really fun story. I think everybody of any age will enjoy it.
All right. And I think thing people should know is that Bryan gives of his own time, and we give him the facility to do it. So it's
And
kind
thank
of
you for that.
a collaborative effort.
Mm-hmm.
But Bryan takes his own time. I gave you maybe a lesson and a half.
You
think on
you
digital
come help me
editing.
out whenever I have a question.
I mean, there's
You come
been
out.
but really, there has been maybe a couple times that how do I push this button again, or is
Right.
this the right button I'm pushing? But for the most part, you're just seamless. You say, hey, is the studio open at 10? And I say, yeah, and you come over and you do your thing, and he gives of his own time to come in and produce these shows and digitally edit them. So I think people need to know that, and you need to get a round of applause for the effort you're putting into these, because folks, it might sound, digital editing, whatever, that it's easy, but it's not. It's very time consuming, and it can be very tedious if you make a lot of mistakes while you're recording, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
So big round of applause, Mr. Bryan Tidwell. Yes.
Thank you. Well, I just got to say, Scott, this is just so much fun to have this partnership between the Libraries of Stevens County and KCHW. We've really enjoyed working with you on this. So
We would like to see, I kind of mentioned to this about yesterday, would it be okay if I mentioned that on the radio, what I'm looking for that?
I'm not sure if I remember.
It would be a great opportunity for someone who would want to support the radio station and support the programming. Because the station's donating probably, I'd say, through all the production time, if we were charging for that studio time, probably about $3,000. But this is something we want to see happen. We do stuff for free all the time. But it would be really wonderful if someone would step up and support, give us a grant for doing this program. It would really make a difference, and I think it would help us to continue to do the program. So we would love to, a local family, local business or whatever, it's about $3,000 a year in studio time, and we would love to have a grant for that.
Absolutely.
And it's a great thing for the kids, it's a great thing for the library, it's a great thing for Chewelah, and we'd like to find somebody to help us do it. So.
What's funny, Scott, you working in public radio and me working in public libraries, people don't understand that public means that we give a lot. I'm so grateful for the tax dollars that we get in Stevens County that allow us to do the little bits that we can, but a lot of us go above and beyond that just because we know that we can only go so far with the money we have. And
sure.
I know I've seen what you do here for this public radio station and the time and effort that you put in, and I really appreciate it. I think that this community doesn't always realize how lucky they are to have a local radio station like this. So thank you for what you do. Can we get a round of applause for you?
I don't know if I can press the applause button for myself. Oh, wait a minute. I'm a disc jockey. Of course I can. Yeah. That's right. I took the blue pill.
Is Brandon still on the camera? Because this is fantastic.
Oh, he has. He's
moved
to the couch. I suppose a much more comfortable place to VR, right? All right.
What is he doing?
So we got all the events covered for the library. We're all good there, huh? All right, she's going to go zoom in. All right, Jeans went mobile with the webcam live on YouTube. This is Brandon Hanson from the Chewelah Independent experiencing the new virtual reality headset, which can be found at your local library. How long is it there for, Brian?
We're going to have it through July.
Wow.
I know, so we've got lots of time for you to come out and try it out, and we'll be bringing it to other events, too. So we hope to bring it to meetings and events throughout the community.
And times that you can check it out?
Monday and Friday afternoons from 3 to close.
All right, very cool. Thank you so much, Brian, for coming in with everything today.
Thank you.
Sharing the events, sharing the work you do on the children's programming. We really appreciate it. And I was tickled to death. You do such a good job on them. Have you done anything like that before? Came in and recorded like for speech or books on tape or anything like that?
I mean, I read to my children. That's one of my favorite things to do, but not anything that's been recorded formally,
because
no.
You are a natural at it, and your inflection and everything puts you right in that place. And I think that's why adults are listening to you read these stories as well.
Thank you.
So
yeah,
good job. And the City of Ember is an awesome story.
It is.
It's going to be cool. So I'm so glad you did that one.
Yeah.
All right. Once again, Bryan Tidwell, Libraries of Stevens County, happens to be the manager at the Chewelah Library, and he is one cool dude.
Thanks, Scott.
All right, thank you. That's going to be our show for today. We'll sneak in some weather with the new news. I am Scott, and we've got Jean.
I'm Jean.
And we've got
Brian.
And in the background, did he take off his helmet?
Yes.
He did. All right, you're going to have to squat down beside Jean, like get down.
Brandon,
oh, there he is in the background. Mr. Brandon Hanson from Chewelah Independent. We're going to roll our podcast, which is called The Week in Review. It's a joint little podcast between the Independent and KCHW, and you'll be able to hear that tomorrow morning at 6:30. There we go.
Will that be in VR?
That will not be in virtual reality. All right. It will be in stereo, though. All right. It's KCHW 102.7. Back into the music with Jukebox the Ghost.
Dragged into another heartbreak, like a moth into a flame.